What's going on again, YouTube? I'm back in the garage with another little project. Of course, hopefully you caught my last video. Hopefully everyone caught my last video of the 1320 ram horn header header install and the Yanaka full exhaust kit. Now I will give you a little update on how that is doing and give you a little view of, you know, the nice little colors on the header after probably about 100 miles. I got about 100 miles on now, but in today's video what we're going to be doing is we are going to do an install on the TruHart camber adjustment for the rear of this beast. I'm not too sure if you'll be able to see too much in the video, but you can kind of see it needs just a little bit. But a little bit is enough, as you can see, to cup my tires. Look at that. Maybe this is an easier angle to see that, but you can see it's actually cupping pretty decent in the rear. So, don't want that. You know, $680 tires. I'd kind of like them to last a little bit. They've only been on there for a little over a year, actually. And mostly pavement driving, but that's unfortunate. But let's take a look at what we got here. I got the TruHart rear adjustment. Aha! Nice little sticker. Alright, so we'll just take a look at them here. I kind of thought they were a brighter red than that, but quite solid, quite heavy duty. These come highly recommended from a lot of you other guys that run CRVs, so hopefully these won't let me down. They seem to be pretty legit in everybody else's CRVs and seem to work well and with no issues, so we're going to hope for that out of mine. As I said, let me give you a little update on the header and the pretty little colors. They do not look too bad after, you know, like I said, only about maybe about 100 miles. It's really got some really nice bluing there and there and there and a little bit there. They look pretty good. And of course the exhaust, I mean, whew, there's no point in showing you the rest of the exhaust because, I mean, it's still chrome, a little bit dirty because this is the first day it hasn't rained since I put this stuff together. So, but anyways, let's get to tearing these wheels off of here and get to working on this camber adjustment. Alright, well, of course, you know, I think my CRV, you know, a lot of times, a lot of these Hondas you work on, and a lot of Honda guys will agree that most Hondas have a personality. If you're lucky, you get one with a good personality. Like my last several Hondas. I've had a couple that are bad. This is a bad one. This thing, I'm gonna tell you, this thing's personality is terrible. So, you know, like in all my videos, everything I touch never goes right. Never goes well, at least. So let me show you. So, went ahead and got everything tore apart. Of course, I started with the first lug nut. That stud is completely stripped out of there. I mean, there's no putting a nut back on there. Look at that. That is absolutely awful. It's terrible. You know, it wasn't too bad taking this off. You know, really, that didn't give me any issues. It's the fact that the trailing arm bushing is completely gone almost. So, here I am putting camber alignment, you know, parts on here, and it's not going to be very, it's not going to work properly with something like that. So, that'll be another project. I'm going to have to get those trailing arm bushings as well. But anyways, let's make some adjustments here. Alright, so what I did here, I took a measurement of this, and considering you know, just eyeballing how much the wheels were out, I literally just measured these and put them out around about a 1/4 inch longer. Yeah, a 1/4 inch is a lot on these, but I'm not going to try to get it perfect because, for one, I'm not professional, and with these trailing arm bushings being bad, there's no point in even trying to get the thing 100% when in reality it needs to go to a shop and be aligned. So once I get the control arm or the trailing arm bushings and get those replaced, then we'll take it and get the alignment done, and then it ought to be straight, and then probably maybe put a stud in this wheel spacer. Yeah, but let me go ahead and throw one of these on so I can get to the other side. Well, so once you get your adjuster or control arm, whatever you want to call that thing, all set, you know, put your 2 bolts in there, and in order to get it up here, now of course, while I have them down here on the ground, of course these nuts here, they're only hand tight, and reason being is because once you get this up here, you gotta use a you can use a small floor jack, big floor jack, doesn't really matter, and jack it up a little bit. So you're gonna have to be able to turn this a little bit, you know, to line it up with the holes there or whatever, and it's just simply, you know, kind of with your hand there and pushing with your fingers here, you know, just to try to get the hole, you know, aligned. It kind of is a little tricky, but it's not real hard. And zap your bolt in there, and then you want to probably get a wrench or something and hang on to that and tighten these nuts down. Of course, it's going to be the easier from up underneath, but the longer wrenches, you know, up underneath there like that, and tighten it down. You know, basically let the vehicle hold the control arm there, and tighten it down to where it's not going to move on you, because it vibrates a lot. Alright, now with this side here, I'll show you what I was talking about, how the reason why you don't tighten these nuts up on here completely tight like that, because you're gonna have to be able to move them. See, I can move it a little bit here like this. You know, obviously turning it here and here, of course that actually does adjust the camber and everything, but it's not going to adjust it in any way to where you're ever even going to notice. You know, an alignment machine might even pick that up, but you can see how that's about the angle that I need it to be, and you can see I've got to go up probably another close to 2 inches, so just find a good spot on down below there for the floor jack, and just jack it up there to about to where I think is where I need to be, and I think that's going to do it. And you just simply, like I said, you push the control arm over there, put the bolt in there. You might have to kind of push down with your finger and wiggle with your hand here to get the threads in there, and good to roll. And because a good buddy of mine let me borrow his impact, so I'm not like reefing on bolts this evening. You know, it doesn't have to be you know, as tight as what this gun will actually make it. So there's no sense in you know, hammering on it real good. Alright, so now I'll show you, since I didn't show you on the other side, I just simply use a adjustable wrench, and then you want to go up from this side. Oop. You know, and I can just put my hand right here and hold that nut. Yeah, sometimes you use the wrenches backwards here and there, but you know what, whatever works in this world, right? So you get it in there and tighten it down pretty decent. Same thing with this one. see if I can get a little bit better of an angle in here, because I think I was hitting against the control arm there. There we go. Alright, so no, that's pretty tight. I guess I wasn't hitting against. I thought I was hitting against this. And that's pretty much it. Other than, you know, dropping it back down, put your wheels back on, and hopefully I eyeballed that pretty good. I mean, the alignment, it wasn't out too much, so hopefully that actually corrects it, you know, enough for temporarily right now, until I can get these bushings and get them in there. Yeah, you can kind of see that one there too. Man, they're bad. They are definitely bad. Alright, well, I'm gonna put the wheels back on, drop it down on the ground, and then we'll take a look at it. I'll back it out and, you know, kind of move it around a little bit, let the suspension settle and all that, and then we'll take a look at it and see where we're at. Well, I tell you what, let me just kind of set the camera down right here so it's nice and steady. I'm not quite too sure if the camera is going to pick this up or not, but they are pretty good compared to how they were. It looks to me like they still need to be adjusted out just a hair bit more, but that's okay. We will leave that for the alignment shop. Not sure if you could see this side or not, but they are pretty decent for sorry, my camera's a little noisy, but they are actually pretty decent for the fact that all I did was lay the old ones on the ground, eyeball them, and basically going off of looking at the CRV from behind and just kind of trying to guesstimate basically just how much adjustment they need. I was guessing around a 1/4 inch. Obviously it needs to be a little more than a 1/4 inch, and I think I got it pretty good. I mean, a 1/4 inch, you know, that's made a pretty decent of a difference, but you know, it's not perfect. It's not what somebody with an alignment machine can do, but as I said, that's okay, because I do need those bushings really badly, and I can adjust that all I want. The wheel is probably constantly going to be going like that anyways, you know, kind of like moving around like that anyways, regardless of my adjustment, because of those bushings. So but that's going to be it for right now. Hopefully maybe this video helped anybody out. Maybe it didn't. I don't know, but I do appreciate everybody checking out my channel and watching my videos. I hope this stuff helps a little bit. Like I said in my last video, my channel is, there's no BS. There's really just, there's not going to be any BS when it comes to installing, especially aftermarket parts. If there's flaws in the install, I'm going to tell you about it. And none of the other channels want to tell you about it for some reason. And the companies that, that's a loud, but I tell you what, ain't that thing's got a whistler on it, doesn't it? Yeah, you know, and the companies you buy these parts from, they're obviously not going to tell you, hey, you can't run your radiator fans, you know. I don't know why, but it does say professional installation required. Well, it don't matter if you have a professional install something like that or not. You can't use radiator fans. The professionals go look at you like, well, why'd you buy something so stupid? But anyways, stupid because it's cool. Anyway, so thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you guys. Got one more pretty cool project coming for the CRV, so stay tuned.